The mic is on, the mic is hot. Okay, so y'all, y'all know, I've worked in the nonprofit sector for over 10 years now, and most of my roles have been in that like volunteer manager, volunteer supervisor, coordinator spot, where I've had the pleasure of working with the programs, but then also working with administration, also working a little bit with like development, but then also working with like the services part, right? And so I've seen and I've been on a few different types of teams, and on every team I have identified like a few roles that I've seen happen on teams. So first I want to just define the definition of teams. A team is a group of individuals working together to achieve a common goal or objectives, right? So when you think about a team, you think about people coming together. Okay, we're all sitting at the table. Okay, we have a goal. How are we going to accomplish this goal, right? Like, how are we going to get something done? And so each person on the team has a particular role, skill set, asset, benefit, whatever that they can give to the project to move it forward. Now, okay, here's always been my struggle on teams. I have always, you have particular people on teams who are able to kind of be flexible in their role, right? So they can say, oh, okay, we need somebody to encourage everybody to make sure, okay, I can do that. You have the person that is like the brainstormer of the group. Okay, you can do that. You have the person who's like, okay, I need to manage all these people and make sure we're meeting our deadlines. You have that person, right? Then you have the person that's always asking all of the questions. So then you got that person. And so for me, I've always been, well, first off, let me just share how I didn't really like meetings. Okay, so like if you are on a particular team, you have to have the understanding that at some point you're going to be going to a ton of meetings. Okay, like that's the only way that you can move a project forward. You have to collaborate with other people and you have to meet. Okay, you have to meet multiple times. Like the meeting that you were in has its own meeting. Okay, and so you just keep meeting until a breakthrough happens, right? But for me, I like when I first crossed over into like full-time work and people were like, oh, you're gonna be on this team, we need you at this meeting, we want your input, whatever. I hated going to meetings. I hated being considered on the team, because I knew that in the meeting people were going to ask me 1,000 questions and they were going, well, what do you have? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And I'm like, I don't think. I'm just ready for this meeting to be over with. Like, I just want y'all to tell me what I need to do. Like, I don't want to sit in this meeting for an hour and a half just trying to figure out what I don't have time for that. Like, I have other stuff that I need to do. And I felt like that because in my role, my task list was so long that I didn't have the capacity to sit in a meeting and brainstorm. I didn't have the capacity to sit in a meeting and come up with ideas. I didn't have the capacity, like I just did not have the emotional or the mental capacity to do that. And I believe that's why a lot of people hate meetings, because 9 times out of 10 meetings are used to brainstorm. Meetings are used to collaborate and come up with ideas. Meetings are used to flesh things out. So anything that you can't get done in an email, okay, we need to have a meeting for this, because we're all on different pages, and so we just need to hear people's perspective and we need to really flesh this out, right? We need to get on the whiteboard and we need to start writing some stuff out, okay? I didn't have the patience then for that. I did not have the patience then. And as I have grown in my career, I have grown from being an implementer, okay? From being an implementer, the person who's just like, just y'all meet, I'm gonna stay at my desk, and after y'all meet, just let me know what I need to do, okay? I went from being that person to being the person saying, hey, let's meet, I have an idea. And it's a progression of you growing in your career. It's a progression of you becoming who God has called you to be, right? So I've always been a visionary, but my patience, I didn't have the patience for people to pick my brain, and I didn't have the boldness to be able to speak what I was thinking. And so therefore I hated sitting in meetings, because that is what would happen. But when I shifted from being shy and timid and feeling like nobody really cared about what I had to offer, I moved from an implementer into a visionary, right? Like I moved into the role of the one saying, I have an idea. And so based off of the teams that I have been on, I have identified at least 5, at least 5 roles on a team. Okay, so one, you've got the visionary. Okay, so this is the person who's like, oof, I got another idea, like they can see 5 years down the line. So like if you bring them an idea, they're like, oh, okay, here's how we can grow that, here's how we can make this, and here's how we can do this, and we can partner with this program, and we can partner with this organization, right? So they're thinking, like they see the bigger picture, they see it 10 years from now and what it can grow into, right? Then you have the implementers. These are your people who take what you have brainstormed and get things done. These are the people who are like, okay, here's our task list. Here are the steps that we need to take to like move this project forward, right? Then you have the risk assessor. Okay, so the risk assessor is the person asking all of the red flag questions. So they are the person who is like, if we're gonna have an event with at least 500 people, we might need security. We might need a fire truck. We might need an ambulance, right? Like they're the person thinking through all of the red tape, like the liabilities about something, right? Or and even not even so that's like the extreme. So even something as simple as, okay, well, the risk is if we do this program, then there's another organization that is in the vicinity that is doing the same program. Will we be competing, right? So they're the person that's thinking of all of the potential mishaps, the potential concerns, or the risk associated with the project or the idea. Then you have the manager, okay? So the manager is the person that is managing all of the pieces, right? So they're the ones keeping us held to the deadline. They are the ones who are making sure that we are getting things done, that things are being checked off, and we are moving forward, okay? So they're managing things. And then you have the encourager. So the encourager is the person who is keeping morale high, is keeping people excited about the idea. So when they are getting burnt out and overwhelmed, these are the people who are checking in with everybody on the team, making sure that their cups are filled, making sure that like they're not having the most stressful day, or if they are having a stressful day, helping them to go to the manager or an implementer and say, hey, I'm overwhelmed. We need to figure these particular things out, right? So those are the 5 that I have just kind of seen just on the teams that I've been on myself. And in a separate video, I want to talk about the types of meetings, because all meetings are not created equal. Every meeting is not created equal. Some meetings, look, I'm getting into it already. Anyway, like I was saying, all meetings are not created equal, okay? Every meeting that you go to, first of all, should have an agenda, okay? It should have an agenda, and it should have some kind of structural order, a goal, an objective attached to it, okay? That's just a little snip. That's just a little snip. But in a separate video, then I'll talk about specific meetings. But how did I even get there? How did I get there? How did I get talking about roles on teams? I don't remember. But anyway, long story short, your teams are important. Who you have on your team is important. And the role that you assign to them is important. Like, it really is important. And like, I am a firm believer that the work we do is important to God. And so I think it's important that we help people to understand their roles on teams. Because like I mentioned earlier, I did not want to be in the meeting. I did not want to be on the team because I didn't see the fruit in that. Like, I just did not see the fruit in that. And it comes with growth. It comes with self-awareness. It comes with personal and professional development. It comes with you really truly making a decision to commit to your growth and saying, okay, I want more. And then also, y'all, if you're wanting to grow in your career and move up in rank, in position, right? Like, you have some people in C-suite, that's all they do is go to meetings. I mean, they do other work, but like, they go to meetings. Most of their work is talking. Like, they're talking and connecting people and connecting ideas and having these really like strategic meetings. So if you think you're just gonna be sitting behind your desk sending emails all day, ma'am, sir, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. So I just want to encourage you, if you are looking to grow, if you're looking to be promoted, you're going to have to be in some meetings. And so your mindset has to be renewed when it comes to the work that you do, how you show up in the work that you do. And that is personal and professional development. So you cannot forego your personal or your professional development. That's it. That's all. That is all. I pray that something about that has spoken to you, has encouraged you, has blessed you. And as always, I pray that you will continue to live your life poured out like oil. And I pray that the Lord will give you the boldness to live as such. And until next time, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.